Chagav zehu sham malchus nikrotolas Yaakov, and this is the concept that malchus, which is called the worm of Yaakov, vegam hatiferes nikrotolea, and also tiferes is called the worm. So malchus and tiferes both. Kemo shekasuv bepardis berach tolas, like the Pardis says in Erchei Kinoim about the worm. Vehem diburi hatfila v'atorah, and they're the words of tefillah and Torah. I guess the tefillah are the words of malchus, and Torah is tiferes. Shorsh and ma'akeser hanikra midaber. Both of their roots are in keser. That's called the speaker of the four levels of Domim Tumei Chai Medaber. Well, derech mashikaz ben Micha simin hey, and this is like it's brought in Micha. Tarum yadecha al tzarecha v'chol oivecha yikaresun. It says you lift up your right hand up on your enemies, and all those who give you pain, and all your enemies will be cut off. Shemibechinas tarum yadecha, that the concept of lift up your hand. Hainu yad harama, because there's three hands. Yad hagdola, yad chazaka, and yad rama. And tarum yadecha, lift up your hand. That's the lifted up hand, the high hand. Shubichinas keser, that yad rama is the concept of keser. Nimshach lios v'chol oivecha yekaresun. From that idea is the second part of the pasuk that says all of your enemies will be cut off. Like it says by going out of Mitzrayim, that the sons of Israel are going out with a high hand, and all the Egyptians were being destroyed. And there's also, like it says by the Milchama with Amalek, that when Moshe lifted up his hands, so Israel would overcome and be stronger to wipe out their enemies. So that's also Yarim Yado, that's a Yad Rama. Rama Yadecha Bal Yechazayun. Like the pasuk says, lift up your hand and they will not see. Like it says, those who go astray will not lift up. And I'll pasuk vika Haman es alavush v'sasus, on the verse that Haman took the garment and the horse. To the concept of, if a person awakens in their soul the concept of haughtiness, of holiness, that they do not want to lower themselves into the pleasures of this world. To this you awaken above as well the concept of haughty upon the haughty. The Targum Oiskai will give us an ayah. That means that he's haughty and he removes his flow from the haughty. That they don't get hashpa, he removes the hashpa to the other side. Like Paro, who is haughty, and he said, to me is denial. And that's why it says that he's haughty upon haughty. By the miracle of the splitting of the sea, that he lowered the haughty and dunked the Egyptians in the sea, and lifted up the lowly. And that is through this idea of haughty upon haughty. And sometimes, though, we find the opposite. That sometimes we find the opposite. The adrabah. מחמס הגדולה יוכל להיות נמשך chayus gam leklipos, that through a person greatening themselves, or from the great place, you can draw down a life force for the klipos. That's because of, from this concept of greatness, from such a high place, it's not considered important. And doesn't hold any place to scrutinize upon it. Because of some mamis biyadayim titafes chulu, like the verse that the spider grasps with its hands in the palace of the king. And Avram said about his son Yishmael, if only Yishmael would live in front of you. Because from the concept of Gedula, of Chesed, of Avraham, also Yishmael will receive. That from the high place it doesn't distinguish and just gives. The concept of kindness or the concept of being very high. That's specifically when something is high but doesn't exalt itself. That's when it doesn't notice, it doesn't care. And since everything is in comparison, as is not, therefore everyone can receive. But through the concept of exalted in haughtiness, therefore that's when he will be specifically careful not to give to the haughty. So I guess ga'ah, the regular ga'ah, is like the gdula that you can get from. But the ga'ah is when he's exalted in his haughtiness. He lifts himself up specifically from not give to the haughty. And that's the pasuk. Havaya, exalt your hand that they should not see. I think it's possibly in the Navi Yeshayahu. Yichyu meisecha nevilasi yakumun. Davka kasher rama yadecha. That specifically when you lift up your hand, al yidezeh bal yichazayin chulu. Through this, they will not see. Perhaps that's also where the pasuk says Al tiri tolas Yaakov, so it's connected to this Indian. Misei Israel, and says Tolatam lo samus, that their worm will not die. Yisham lo sichbe, the last pasuk in Shiur. Venira levar ze al pi mashakos varizal bepirush avadim ayinu lefaro. And it seems that we could explain this according to what the Arizal says on the verse that we were slaves to Paro. Hayonek me'oref tarichan pin, that gets a nurturance from the back of the neck of Arich, so to speak, from the Makif, the Dafka me'bechinas oref achoraim de keser, that specifically from the back of the neck or the back side of keser, misham yochol gam Paro. There also Paro, specifically from there, Paro can get Shamar liyo orichulu, that he said, to me is the Nile, that is in his haughtiness. He gets from a high place, but only the backside of the high place. The dafka mebichinas oref v'achorayim, the keser, that's specifically from the concept of the backside of keser, misham yochol gam Paro. There, that's where Paro also can get from Shamar liyo orichulu, who said, to me is the Nile. Gam kein lekabel chayos v'yanika, also to receive life force and nurturance. Mash'ein ken kishinim shachashefa mebichinas panim, which is not the case if the flow is coming from the front of the countenance. Ksiv Ya'ir havaya panav ilecha dafka. It's written, Hashem will shine His countenance towards you specifically. Meaning elecha, manata klipos. V'zeu rama yadecha, and that's the concept of lift up your hand. Shnimshach mebechinas panim, that comes from this concept of the front of the countenance, not the back. Azai bal yechazayun, and that's when they will not see. I wonder if bal yechazayun is like a concept of being misame in klipos from the makif. V'gam yishlomar kine perush ga'oga'a. Also, we could say that the concept of hari upon hari, while derech adon haniflos, is like the concept of the master of the pella, the master of the wonders. That is to say, that even the concept of pella, of wonder, of niflos, is considered by him like a concept of a physical act. He's the adon of the niflos. Because of ose pella, like it says, that he does with a siyah, a pella, a wonder. That's an asiyah to him, because he's so beyond even the pella. That even keser is like is like an asiyah. Not just chachma, but ose pella. The Chukas, the il Parshas Beshalach, b'dibur maskel ashira chulu. And this concept and level is what's called the Ancient of Days, that's exalted above the days of the world. That's the higher level of Keser, Sisim and the Kol Sisim, the hidden of all hiddens. Like we said, the Go-Ga, and not just the Achoraim of the Makif, but the Pnimius. So if Arich is Pella, so Adonani flows is Atik. The Kmoshkazu Gamkein, Bizor Beshalach, Tafnun Beis, Gabi Kriyas Yamsuf, like it's brought in Zor Beshalach, that by the splitting of the sea, Batika Talia Milsa, that it's dependent upon Atik. And that's where it says Ga'uga'a, and Yamin Chavaya Tiratzoyev is in by Az Yashir. Ba'atika Talia Milsava Inyan, and the concept is Kibichinas Atik, because this concept of Atik, Hainu Pnimis HaKeser, is the inner concept of Keser, Dainu Shekulo Panim, that is that it's all countenance, Ve'ein Bo Bichinas Ocharaim Klal, and on that level there's no back side to that level. So if the clipper can get from the back side, it can't get from that level, because it's cool upon him. And therefore it says about this that he's exalted upon the Hari, that from this level there's no nurturance to the clippos, that their nurturance comes from his greatness, may be blessed. Mikol Makom. Nonetheless, it's only from the concept of the backside that they can get a nurturance from his greatness. And since on this level there's no backside, so automatically there's no way for them to get a nurturance from there. And the nurturance of Paro is only from the back of the neck of Arich, so to speak, because on that level of Arich, Anpin, which is the long countenance, so it's a concept of countenance, Shaykh Panim Vachoraim, that's where you can say there's a front and a back. Therefore, from the back side, that's where Paro can get a Yanika. That from the awesome greatness that nothing is comparable to, Paro can also receive a nurturance. That is specifically when the flow comes from the backside. Like someone who throws it over the back, over their shoulder. Which is not the case when it comes from the front of the countenance of Arich, with a desire and a longing and an inner will. About this it says that Havaya Elokeinu took us out of Mitzrayim, specifically us. Like it's brought on that Mamar that we were slaves from the Arizal.